Faith is a force that defies logic, transcends fear, and stands unshaken amidst trials. Today, we delve into one of the most awe-inspiring accounts of unyielding faith in the Bible, the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These three men dared to stand against the might of an empire, unflinching in their devotion to the one true God. The stage is set in Babylon, the greatest empire of its time, ruled by the powerful and ambitious King Nebuchadnezzar. Among the captives of this empire were three young Hebrew men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were servants of the Most High God, chosen to serve in the king's court because of their wisdom and integrity. But their loyalty to God would soon be put to the ultimate test. Nebuchadnezzar, in his pride, commanded the construction of a colossal golden image. It towered 90 feet high and gleamed in the sunlight, a symbol of his authority and dominance. A decree was issued. At the sound of music, all people, nations, and languages were to bow down and worship this image. The king's command was clear. Whoever refused to bow would be thrown into a blazing furnace. The entire kingdom complied, bowing in submission, all except three men. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stood tall, refusing to worship the idol. Their defiance did not go unnoticed. Envious officials seized the opportunity to accuse them before the king. They said, "O king, these men do not serve your gods or worship the image you have set up." Furious and humiliated, Nebuchadnezzar summoned the men. The air was heavy with anger as the king demanded, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the image I have set up? If you are ready to bow when the music plays, very well, but if you refuse, you will be thrown into the blazing furnace. Then what God will be able to rescue you from my hand?" But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were unshaken. Their response was a declaration of absolute faith that has echoed through the ages. They said, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But even if he does not, we want you to know that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image you have set up." The king's face contorted with rage. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. The strongest soldiers in his army were commanded to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the flames. The fire was so intense that the flames killed the soldiers who threw the men in. Yet bound and helpless, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego fell into the furnace. But the story does not end here. What happened next is nothing short of miraculous. Nebuchadnezzar leaped to his feet in amazement and asked his advisors, "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They replied, "Certainly, O king. Look, I see 4 men unbound and unharmed walking in the fire, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Indeed, God himself had entered the fire. Whether it was an angel or a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ, the 4th figure was a divine presence, shielding his faithful servants. When the king ordered them out, not a hair on their heads was singed. Their robes were untouched, and there was no smell of fire on them. Overwhelmed, Nebuchadnezzar declared, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and rescued his servants. They trusted in him and defied my command, willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God." The king then issued a decree that no one in the kingdom should speak against the God of Israel, for no other God can save in this way. This story is a testament to the power of absolute faith in God. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not know whether God would deliver them, yet they trusted him completely, even if it meant their deaths. They understood that God's sovereignty is not dependent on our circumstances, but on his word. In Isaiah 43:2, God's word speaks thus, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they will not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be scorched, nor will the flame burn you." Are you willing to stand firm in your faith no matter the cost? The trials you face may not be a fiery furnace, but the principle remains the same. Faith requires trust, courage, and surrender. Let the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego inspire you to live boldly for God. Remember, even in the fire, you are never alone. The same God who walked with them in the flames walks with you today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring content. And as always, stay strong in faith. See you in the next episode.